Guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and thumbs up the video if you enjoyed this video. First of all, I want to say I hope you guys had a good Christmas. You know, I know I certainly did. I enjoyed my holidays. I was away, so that's why I haven't been uploading. I was away with family. But let's talk about Deontay Wilder, okay? Because during this week that I've been away, a lot of things have happened. First of all, one of the things that happened was that Deontay Wilder ducked Anthony Joshua again, right? I sat there and I saw Jermell Charlo versus Tony Harrison. Then I saw Jermell Charlo versus I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce his last name. And I thought he lost against that guy. I thought they robbed Charlo. And then I saw the Fight Hub interview where they interviewed Deontay Wilder and asked him about what is he going to do next. And Deontay Wilder ignores anything to do with Anthony Joshua, and he says that he is going to 100% face Tyson Fury. I was disgusted by it. I wanted to make a video back then, but like I said, I was with family and I was not in my house. I was not, you know, I didn't have the equipment. I wasn't going to just take a phone and like record. That was the only way I could do it, if I just took a phone, you know. I was with family. I'm not going to be uploading videos when I'm away from the house. So anyway, when I saw him do that, that really pissed me off because Deontay Wilder, before he fought Tyson Fury, was claiming he wanted to fight Anthony Joshua, right? He wanted to fight him. And then Anthony Joshua came out, went to ESPN, said he wanted to face Deontay Wilder. I made a video, you know, a week ago saying that Deontay Wilder doesn't have this fight with Tyson Fury confirmed because they were just talking about having a rematch, but there wasn't no signed contract. The fight wasn't official yet. So I said Deontay Wilder could still have the fight happen with Anthony Joshua. I know that Deontay Wilder saw Anthony Joshua call his ass out. But of course, what does Deontay Wilder do? He basically ducks Anthony Joshua and says, no, I know you're offering me a fight on April 13, but I'm not going to take it. I want to instead take the rematch with Tyson Fury. I personally think that Deontay Wilder needs to face Tyson Fury because if he doesn't, people will always say, or at least a majority of boxing fans who aren't blinded and who aren't biased, they will say that he got a gift decision against Tyson Fury. But if any fight I would want to see rather than Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury rematch, it would be Anthony Joshua. I said in the video in the past too, what Deontay Wilder needed to do was face Anthony Joshua. Face him, and like say he would have beaten him and become undisputed. Then like say he could have fought, you know, he could have ended his career like this. He could have fought him, right? Like say he would have beaten him, become undisputed. Then have a rematch with AJ, make a lot of money again. Like say he beat him again, then end your career facing a Tyson Fury to erase those doubts, all right? But instead, he's taking the route of facing Tyson Fury. All right. I always knew that Deontay Wilder and his team were not planning on facing Anthony Joshua in 2019. I always knew this, and that's why I made videos months ago. I made a video literally 7 months ago saying that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder will not fight until 2020. And I said in a recent video that next year, Deontay Wilder will be facing Tyson Fury in the rematch and Dominic Breazeale. We saw that Dominic Breazeale last weekend fought this bum that I never heard of and knocked him out and called out Deontay Wilder after the fight. All right. We already know that Dominic Breazeale is a mandatory. He's in a position of like, you need to fight me or you get stripped from your title, Deontay Wilder, something like that. Dillian White wasn't also in that position, but I guess the WBC doesn't follow the rules when it comes to Dillian White, so they won't strip Deontay Wilder if he decides not to face Dillian White, because you know that's just the way that fucking organization does with Deontay Wilder, where they'll give him a pass with certain fighters, you know. And, oh, by the way, I saw that knockout where Dillian White knocked out Derek Chisora. That was cool. That was a good knockout. That was a good. Yo, the way he fell, it looked like he when he got dropped. He looked like he fell asleep for a second. Then he woke up. He was like, "What the fuck?" Then he went back to sleep. All right, and then I saw the little confrontation where Dillian White and Anthony Joshua, stepped in the ring. By the way, that I really hope that Dillian White faces Anthony Joshua next. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say if anymore because I already know that Anthony Joshua will not be facing Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder already admitted that he's too afraid to be facing Anthony Joshua this April. He's going to be facing Tyson Fury. So we could forget about that. So the only options really for Anthony Joshua next in April is a rematch with Dillian White and Jarrell Miller. And I really want to see the Dillian White fight just because I think Dillian White deserved it. He's been in a really good knockout streak. I know he went the distance with Joseph Parker, but he managed to drop Joseph Parker twice. And he's just been on a roll ever since he lost to Anthony Joshua. Dillian White's been on a roll. So I think if any fighter, especially in the UK, I think if any UK heavyweight deserves a title opportunity, I think it should be Dillian White. Just because of all the work he's put in. You get what I'm saying? He's put in a lot of work in these last 3.5 years, man. It's crazy. It's going to be 4 years since he's fought Anthony. I saw that fight live, man. It's crazy how fast time passes. So hopefully he faces, hopefully he gets that title shot. Because I said in the past too, I think Dillian White deserves a title shot over any champion, whether it's Anthony Joshua or whether it's Deontay Wilder. We already know Deontay Wilder ducked him. They called him a black spare tire. That's quoting Deontay Wilder. So again, I already told you guys that's gonna be Deontay Wilder's. That's gonna be the road Deontay Wilder's gonna go next year. You could expect them to announce soon, or maybe next month or something, that Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder will be happening sometime in April or May or June, and then he's gonna be facing. Sorry about the phone, guys. And then he's gonna be facing Dominic Brazil sometime in November. Okay. And then we're probably gonna see AJ versus Dillian White, and maybe Jarrell Miller, which is also, I think, a good fight. If you look at the history of Deontay Wilder, all right, and I've said this in the past, and I'll say it again. If you look at the history of Deontay Wilder, and if you're going to see that he is a protected fighter. Deontay Wilder is a valuable fighter. He's a valuable fighter because he has a belt. And when you have a belt, you get to earn more money than your opponents. Right? When Deontay Wilder won that belt, that WBC belt against Bermane Stiverne, on January 17th, 2015, he put value to his name because now he was a champion. And he did something that American heavyweights hadn't done in nearly a decade, which was bring a heavyweight championship to the United States again, right? So that was a big deal. If you remember when he won that belt, that was a really, really big deal for American heavyweights and Deontay Wilder because he had broken that, big long, dry season of the American heavyweights not having no American heavyweight champion. So if you remember, Showtime, they applauded him because they were like, yes, finally an American. So these organizations, they want Deontay Wilder and his team, they want Deontay Wilder to have that belt. Okay? And this is why they gave him these easy fights. Even the WBC, in my opinion, let him get away with, defending his belts against guys that nobody heard of. Like Johan Duhaupas, like Eric Molina. Okay, like Arthur Spilka. He let him, I believe that they gave him a pass and let him defend his belts against these guys, as opposed to defending his belts against guys that we heard of, because in order for him to have easy title, defenses. All right. So I'm not surprised, like when I see that Deontay Wilder is still not facing Anthony Joshua, or I'm not surprised that this fight is taking so long. I made a video 2 months ago saying that when Manny Pacquiao fought Floyd Mayweather Jr., that was a fight many people wanted to see. And that fight took like 7 years to make, okay? That fight could have happened back in like fucking 2008, 2009. It would have been perfect in 2010. That would have been perfect right there. But these fights, it took 7 years. That's why I said, like, this fight is not going to happen right now. This fight is not going to happen. Like I've been saying, it's probably going to happen in the 2020s. You know, I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't, because by then, Wilder will be, you know, he'll be up there in age. And if that's the case, you know, if this fight happens, if this fight ends up happening, let's say 2021, 2022, and Anthony Joshua beats Deontay Wilder, they're going to say that Anthony Joshua beat an over the hill Deontay Wilder. Anthony Joshua waited until Deontay Wilder was over the hill. That's what they're going to say. That's going to be the big excuse. And even if he knocked him out in like 2 seconds, or even if the fight was highly competitive, no matter how that fight turns out, if it even happens, that's what they're going to say. They're going to say that, okay, he beat, especially if Anthony Joshua wins, he beat Deontay Wilder, but it was his past his best Wilder. Therefore, I'm not going to give him credit. Okay, like I said, when it comes to Deontay Wilder, he really needs to be trying to face Anthony Joshua like he needs to be facing Anthony Joshua more than Anthony Joshua needs to be facing him because of his age. You know, in boxing, you don't stay, you know, Father Time comes at you overnight in boxing. Okay, Deontay Wilder is 33. If he waits another 2-3 years, he'll be 35, 36. Okay, and that's the time where fighters start going downhill. So I think he should fight him right now where he's at his best, because it's going to be more difficult for him to get away. You know, right now, while he's still at his best with his reflexes, Wilder, he's still looking like crap when he's up there against, you know, these guys that are schooling him like Tyson Fury. So imagine when Wilder's an older fighter and his reflexes have, you know, slowed down, and it becomes easier for his opponents to catch him and give him a boxing lesson, and it becomes harder for Deontay Wilder to evade these punches and to use his athleticism to get out of the way of these punches. You see, it's going to be really bad for Deontay Wilder. That's why I said Deontay Wilder really only has 5 years left in him, because Deontay Wilder is a guy who depends on two things: his reflexes and his athleticism. That's all he depends on. That's why I said in 5 years, Deontay Wilder will be a shot fighter. Because Deontay Wilder, like I said, he depends on his reflexes to get away from punches, and he depends on his punching power. So in 5 years, when the reflexes have gone away completely, he's only going to have his punching power. He won't have the ability to evade punches, but it's going to be so much easier for his opponents to land on him. And imagine he's in there with a big puncher who could tear his head off. He will never even get the chance to, you know, land on the guy, because the guy will be able to catch him with one of his punches and probably knock him out. That's what I'm saying. I don't see Wilder, you know, lasting long in the world of boxing. I don't see him. I don't see him being a long reigning champion like a Vladimir Klitschko. Anyway, guys, stuff to say. Thanks for watching them out. Bye bye.